All right, folks, from Las Vegas, we're at Texas Star Lanes for the title matches of today's JBT tournament. We got both divisions at once, so this should be a quick show. We got four really interesting storylines here. Over in the scratch division, it's the old rock and a hard place battle, where Dallas Leong is making his third consecutive title match, looking to win his second career scratch title, going up against 21-time winner Cameron Smith, who is starting to get red hot again as well. So both bowlers at the top of their games right now on a brutal lane condition. We bowled on sort of the test pattern for what we're going to use in the scratch portion of the main event this coming December, and boy did it play tough. There was a severe out of bounds on the edge, and if you tried to tug it a little to help it against that out of bounds, it was going to go immediately left or right if you're this guy, because he bowls with that funny other hand.
I use that other hand. I don't know what's wrong.
Over here in the handicap division, Luke Jordan, all the way from Washington State, is terrorizing the Southwest yet again, looking to win his third career title, going up against the guy looking to win #1 in Jack Parcell. The handicap difference is 35. Luke is giving Jack 35 pins. So Luke's got pins to make up, and if he can spare this up, he'll already have made up about 20 of them, and he has. Jack opened the first two frames, while Luke went spare. Both scratch division finalists throwing ebonite equipment, so someone's going to earn an extra $100, making it $300 for first. Cameron has opened with a double versus Dallas's spare, while Luke also throwing ebonite, so extra $100 on the line for Mr. Jordan. Jack using the old no-thumb delivery there, as he always has, having his best JBT event. He has a career-high finish prior to this of 5th, so he's going to slaughter that. Good to get momentum heading into tomorrow's invitational tournament. Jack led the tournament today at plus 49. That should give you a pretty clear indication of how difficult they were. Contrast that with last time in Mojave in Santa Fe, when the cut was plus 81. Today plus 49 leads. But right now he's off to a start that he would rather not have. He's got a buzzard first 3 opens. That ball that sounded like a strike off camera was a solid 9 from Leong. Oh, and Luke slides by that relatively simple spare. Spare shooting has not been good today. I gotta say, both scratch and handicap bowlers, there was an awful lot of 9 misses. And I realize the pattern has something to do with that, but if you're throwing the ball hard and straight, it's simply target practice. It shouldn't matter what the oil is, but when the shot's hard, that can play with your head and play with your physical game too. And spare shooting was what really cost a lot of bowlers today.
I left mine in Phoenix. I just completely forgot my spare game. I don't know what happened.
He was sitting out there by the car and just forgot to throw it in the trunk.
Had everything else, our 44 bowling balls in the back of the car. Forgot the spare game.
Dallas with plenty of years left in his JBT career. A couple months ago he was whining to me that he didn't think he was ever going to win a title, and finally broke through with that first win in Laughlin, and then was the runner-up at Santa Fe and looking to make it 2 out of 3 here in Vegas.
That's a pretty solid run.
That is an outstanding run. 3 different patterns. Mojave usually a pretty top-heavy field, meaning tough at the top. That's back-to-back 9 pins for Dallas, and he manages to spare him up. The sponsor is going to be thrilled with his shirt, by the way, rocking that very fancy ebonite shirt. A little bit, yeah, trust me, it was. A little nonplussed with his back-to-back 9s. He's clean through 4, but Cameron has all X's through 3 and looking to jump out to a huge lead. The 21-time champion, 5th on that all-time title list. Behind only Derek. Come on.
Wait, behind?
Yep.
All 5 of them?
Try it. Kyle. Stephen Black.
I'm gonna think about this one.
You work on that. Hopefully everybody's punching up the record section of the website as we speak. Meanwhile, Cameron leaves the big washout and only gets 2 out of that. We'll see if that hurts him later. And Luke, meanwhile, is started to come back to Jack, as now this might be Jordan's 3rd consecutive open. Well, this could be Parcell's 2nd consecutive spare. Hey, thumb in, hard and straight. That's how you make a 10-pin.
Backup, too.
Scratch bowlers calling you out today.
What about BJ Baker?
DJ Baker, very good. That's 3. Oh, real nice try it. 4.79. I hope I'm right, by the way. Yes, you did. Cameron struck in his 5th.
I know Keaton's not up there.
No.
He's at like 16. Man.
There's one more for sure, and maybe I'm forgetting the second. Look at that no thumb delivery. The ball's going to get way back on his wrist and then just powers through it.
I don't know how he's getting something to hook off the gutter. I have no idea how he's doing it.
You would think that the whole no thumb cover a lot of boards concept would not be something that would work very well today, but he was at or near the top of the leaderboard pretty much all day long. It was between him and Justin Villa. Justin came in 3rd, losing to Luke in the semifinals. Jordan's climbed the ladder to this point. He beat Alexis Atkin in round 2 and Donovan Goff in round 1. Donovan was so upset that Donovan absconded with Luke's bowling ball after beating him. They were throwing the same ball. He took his ball and went home. We had to quickly find Donovan to find Luke's ball. Nice spare from Parcell there. Looks like he's relaxed quite a bit after the opening jitters. No easy thing to bowl your first title match, that's for sure. Luke's first win came up in Vancouver in his home state, and then he won the Tournament of Champions last year, so he's got one major under his belt.
Didn't he win Desert Open?
TSC.
Oh. That's JD.
JD, sweet. Had the glass cactus for 4 minutes before shattering it. You're cruising for it right now, as Dallas asks what the 9-count record is, and I don't know if that's going to show up on the screen, but he's got nothing but so far through 6 frames.
Yeah, at least he's sparing them.
Exactly, and after calling out the bowlers, Dallas an outstanding spare shooter. The reason he's making them, by the way, is he's going hard and straight, covering the minimal possible boards. That's what you do on sport shots. In fact, I saw you, Mr. Acuff, shoot a 10-pin by covering every single board and missing it by about 6 more boards.
That was not very good.
No, hard and straight.
That one got a little wide. Yeah, but then I'd shoot him straight and I still would.
Well, then.
I told you I just completely forgot.
There we go. Cameron must have just thrown a bad shot when he threw that washout, because that ball looked just fine. So he's got a double working once again, and with that double has a 14-pin lead over Mr. 9-count there.
Throwing a ball he's had for under 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
He just started throwing it in practice today.
What's he throwing?
The new Ebonite Cyclone.
Ooh, the Cyclone. I think Cameron's throwing that too. Luke's got the 250K out, which will earn him an extra 100 knot K if he can win. What's the term for, like, 250K is 250,000? What's just 100? Just 100? 100L or something? I don't know.
What about 100 LBs? I don't know. I gotta think about it.
That's wide. Not bad, only lead the 2.5 on that one. If he spares it up, he's leading only by 12 and again giving 35, so starting to run out of frames here. That middle portion of this game was not kind to him. Wow, a little Brooklyn from Parcell there, he'll take it.
What about Andrew Kane?
Andrew Kane was the other one.
Yes, I did it.
I believe, at least. Boy, I hope I'm not messing up. Oh, but unfortunately for Luke, he did in that frame. With his 4th open in 5 frames, and now they're dead even on the scoreboard. So Luke is in trouble in this match.
2 frames ago.
Can be done, but it will take a help from Jack on this side of it. Beautiful shot from Leong. Yeah, a little reaction from Leong. Dallas can cover a lot of boards, but his A game is really not covering that many boards. I'm not surprised to see him in the title match. When the shot's hard, the less boards you got to cover, it's the less boards you got to figure out what they're doing. So straighter is greater is a good term for Dallas, and right now Jack getting a little bit of assistance from the pins there as he goes right through the heart but gets them to fall. And meanwhile, Luke can't trip the 4-pin. That's frustrating for any bowler when you watch your opponent get a good break and then your break doesn't go your way, and Jack is about to win title number 1. Luke is about as tough as they come, and he did a great job to win 3 matches. Looks like he's going to fall just a bit short in this match. Meanwhile, Dallas has a 3-6-10 to shoot at and really needs to spare it up to keep it in the match, himself in the match. And yet another nice spare.
The hardest spare in the world.
Yeah, anything on the right side was really difficult today. Jack wants Luke to finish up over there. Probably a good idea. If the match can be over, that would be a lot less pressure on Jack. Cameron, meanwhile, has enough rotation where he's a lot further left than Dallas, but he's just kind of a witch at playing tough shots a little deep inside. He's so good at it.
Cameron's A game by far.
Speaking of deep inside, I was left a fifth arrow. And there's just no margin for error. If they're a little right, you're going to leave 2-4, 2-8, 10, something like that.
That wasn't even that bad of a shot.
Yeah, it was perfect. Fine shot. And the wheels just came off here for Luke at the end, and that wasn't indicative of how well he did the rest of the ladder, but a runner-up performance for him is not so bad. He'll take that momentum into tomorrow's Invitational, which he qualified for previously by making the top 5 in Kingman, by the way. That's what he's doing down here. Cameron lucky to make that spare, and a victory lap for Jack Parcell. Whoa, remember that if you ever shoot Powerball.
That was pretty cool.
Caitlin Mayall almost won Powerball today. So after 3 nervous-looking frames from Jack in the first beginning of the match, he is going to end up taking home the crown. Congratulations to him. So we can finish it off in style. Whoop. But on a 139 average, that's a just about average game, right? A little over. 138, so right on average, and that's good enough this time. That's a champ. Champ, 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 champ.
Winner, winner,
champ.
chicken dinner.
Winner, winner, Sheen dinner for Jack Parcell. Pop and crew is happy about it. Believe me, they're happy about it. There's the high five from Pop. All right. Oh. Ah, there's the carry from Dallas. Cameron going at a 2:05 pace. He's got a strike working in the 9th frame. Dallas can still strike out for 2:15. So this match is really going to come down to the 10th frame here. 2 bowlers that are on top of their games, confident, winning titles. All comes down to throwing it good in the 10th and then hoping the bowling gods are with you. Oh, thanks, Riley.
I'm going to put a heart right here.
Oh.
Jeff is awesome.
Oh, yes. He didn't get a lot of strikes in this game, but the 2 best shots of the game for him were strung together in the 9th and the first one in the 10th here. And this could come down, oh boy, by both bowlers, this could come down to count too. If Dallas does happen to miss here, a 9 count is a heck of a lot more useful than an 8 count. There. Oh! Oh man. 3rd 9-pin of the match, 2nd dead solid 9 of the match. Frustrating as heck for Dallas, but make your spares. Spare shooting is what's kept him in this match so far. This is going to be a clean 204 if he spares it. And that pin is really, really important. I'll tell you why in a second. All right, Regroup makes the spare. An excellent effort from Dallas either way. Frustrating solid 9s. Cameron needs 20 pins in the 10th to win. If he strikes on the first ball, it's over. If he spares here, he'll need to strike to win. Should he fill 19, we'll go to a 1-shot roll-off. I expect this ball to be pure. We'll see what happens. Not a bad shot, but just a hair light. And leaves the 2-8. Body language saying he thought it was a little better than that. Everything just so sensitive here. Speed sensitive, mark sensitive. That might have been just a micrometer fast, and instead it's a 2-8. So, a lot going on here. No easy spare at all. There isn't any easy spare on the lane. A 5 wasn't easy today, but this is a tricky spare. Obviously has to have it. Beautiful spare conversion there. But now, what's going on in his head? His misses have been on this lane. The last 2 have been light, and he left that big washout earlier in this game. But if you protect against a really light hit, boy, you run the risk of going right through the face. Strike wins, 9 ties, 8 or less. Leong wins. This tournament is down to this ball. look at that. 205 to 204. As clutch as it gets, and the end he finally dials it in on the lane he was a little unsure of. A great match by two great bowlers, and Cameron Smith takes the title.